What if the only way to save the person you care about most was to face the darkest parts of yourself and risk losing everything that makes you human? Picture the cold steel of ancient armor against your skin, the bitter taste of fear like ash on your tongue, the thunder of your own heartbeat echoing louder than any battlefield drum from old samurai legends, or the silent prayers of soldiers who charged into impossible fights. Episode 10 of Yoroi Shinden Samurai Troopers, called Sacrifice, dropped on Crunchyroll on March 10, 2026, March 11th in some time zones. Deep in the new invasion arc, 35 years after the original heroes first sealed away the evil spirit Arago, this episode hits like a storm you never saw coming. It doesn't just show a battle. It drags you inside the fear, the hope, and the terrible choice every one of us has faced when love demands the ultimate price. You already feel that pull in your chest, don't you? That need to know if they make it through the gates alive. Right after the shocking events of Episode 9, where the new generation of samurai troopers push deeper into enemy territory, Episode 10 throws them straight into Ramaga's trap inside the evil castle. 5 mysterious gates appear. Ramaga takes Mirai Aragaki hostage and forces the 5 young warriors into deadly trials. They must master their supreme arts and prove the true heart of the samurai virtues, Jin, Ji, Rei, Chi, Shin, if they ever want to see her again. No armor, no easy path, just raw will against illusions and inner demons. The episode races forward with heart-stopping choices and ends on a knife edge that leaves everything hanging. You're not watching from the outside. You're right there in the castle with them, feeling the weight of every decision. This episode moves the story like a rushing river, fast, dangerous, and impossible to stop. It takes the slow-building tension from earlier episodes and explodes it into real stakes. The trials through the 5 gates aren't just fights. They force the troopers to confront who they really are. Key revelations tie straight back to the original legend of Arago, showing how the evil spirit's power still pulls strings even after all these years. Fans on Reddit and discussion boards keep asking the same cloudy questions. Why does Ramaga need them to fight instead of just taking their power? And what really happened to the second-generation warriors who went to the demon world 3 years ago? Since this is an original anime sequel, no direct manga or light novel to pull from, the creators leave some answers for later, but they drop enough hints through flashbacks and the trials to make everything click. The pacing feels breathless on purpose, like the real pressure of a life-or-death deadline. The cliffhanger? It's the kind that makes you stare at the black screen whispering, "No, what now?" Every trooper grows in ways that hurt to watch but feel so real. The new heroes, Musashi, Kaido, Cheyenne, Yamato, and the others, start seeing their own cracks: pride, doubt, fear of not being enough. Their choices in the trials aren't loud hero speeches. They're quiet, trembling decisions that show how far they've come from the scared kids we met at the start. Mirai Aragaki shines brightest here. What looked like a side character suddenly carries the whole emotional weight. Her hidden strength and the way she faces danger make you realize she's been carrying scars longer than anyone knew. The returning legend Ryo Sanada watches over them like a quiet big brother, his calm presence reminding everyone what true sacrifice once looked like. Their dialogue feels honest, like friends who fought together through hell and still choose to stand up. Power, morality, sacrifice, survival, hope against despair. These aren't just words. They bleed through every trial. The 5 gates test the ancient samurai virtues: benevolence, justice, courtesy, wisdom, sincerity. The troopers don't just fight monsters. They fight the parts of themselves that want to give up. It feels like every family that ever had to choose between safety and doing what's right, or every soldier who walked into battle knowing they might not come home. The episode asks you, would you break your own heart to protect the people you love? The answer hurts, and it stays with you. The evil castle and the 5 gates add new layers to the old legend. We see how Arago's darkness has evolved in the modern world, hiding in Shinjuku's lights, twisting technology and human hearts. It makes the universe feel bigger and scarier, without breaking the rules fans loved from the 1988 series. The script is sharp and real. Lines like Mirai's quiet courage or the troopers' raw admissions hit harder than any explosion. No cheesy speeches, just words that feel like they come from real pain and real hope. You'll hear them echo in your head long after the episode ends. Art director Osamu Tezuka and Sunrise Studio turn the castle into a living nightmare. Golden light breaks through shadows at the perfect moments, making every armor glow like hope itself. The fluid motion in the trials, especially when they fight without armor, lets you feel every punch and every fall. Stillness hits hardest. A single slow-motion tear or a hand reaching out while the world blurs around it. Chief animation directors Junko Yamanaka and Tomoko Tanaka mangaka, make the action beautiful but never empty. Here, beauty means courage in the dark. Director Yoichi Fujita, known for powerful storytelling, uses tight close-ups and spinning camera angles that trap you inside the illusions with the characters. The editing cuts fast during battles but slows down for the quiet, heartbreaking beats, exactly how real fear and hope feel. Composer Shuji Katayama, T-Max, makes the music another warrior on the field. Drums pound like your own pulse during the trials. Then everything drops into silence right when it matters most, and that silence screams louder than any roar. Classic insert songs like My Revolution hit at the perfect second, pulling tears you didn't expect. The music doesn't just play, it carries the story. Lin as Mirai Aragaki is the soul of this episode. Her voice shakes with fear one moment and burns with strength the next. You feel every hidden wound she's carrying. Katsuyuki Konishi as Ramaga brings cold, calculating menace that makes your skin crawl. The new generation, Ayumu Muraise as Musashi, Junya Inoki as Kaito, and the rest, sound like real young men pushed to their limit. Their voices crack at the right times and rise with quiet power. You don't just hear them, you believe them. I felt every second in my chest. One moment I was cheering them on like they were my own friends. The next I had tears because the weight of sacrifice felt too real. The climax is a collision of destinies, love, duty, and darkness smashing together like waves against ancient rocks. It left scars. It sparked wonder. It made me think about every time in history when someone chose to stand up even when the odds screamed no. You'll feel it too, the fear, the hope, the burning question of what you would do in their place. Some might say the pacing feels a little rushed in the middle or that the trials repeat earlier ideas. But that speed is on purpose. It mirrors the panic of a hostage situation and the rush of real life when everything is on the line. What feels unclear at the end is actually the show trusting us to feel the pain first and understand later, just like the original series did. These choices make the story stronger, not weaker. Episode 10 is a triumph, stunning animation, soul-deep performances, and a story that refuses to look away from the hardest choices. Its strengths crush any small stumbles. It does exactly what it set out to do: make you feel, make you think, and make you desperate for the next gate to open. Now the real question is this: after everything you just felt reading these words, the cold fear, the burning hope, the need to know if Mirai survives and what the troopers will sacrifice next, can you really close the tab and walk away? Open Crunchyroll. Hit play on episode 10. The gates are waiting, and once you step through them, you won't be the same.